What's going on, everybody out there? Today I'm going to give my first impressions for the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV. Now, I know for my subscribers that's been with me a long time, I know y'all shocked by this, and I'm shocked too. Only reason why I'm saying that is because I never had any interest in a Sony device. Never. Seriously. First thing, their prices are ridiculous. They just are. Seriously, $1,600, almost $2,000 for a candy bar style phone. Ridiculous. And then on top of that, the phone is narrow. So those are the two reasons why I was never interested in Sony devices: the price and the narrowness of the device itself. But however, there were a lot of things that I was interested in. Like, basically, Sony gives you a lot of things that most manufacturers have removed these things from their devices, and you get all of those things with this Sony device. Now, let me tell you about it. Now, first, keep in mind, this is a 2022 device, so it's been around for almost 3 years. And I know most of you out there are not going to pick up a Sony device. You're just not. In this country, it's all about Samsung, Google, and Apple, same old, and some OnePlus. But like I said before, and I said in many other videos, some of you out there are missing out on a lot of great devices because you just refuse to try anything, different, which is unfortunate. But for those of you like me that's really heavily in devices, you like to try different things, this is a device you may want to check out. It is a flagship device. Now, released in 2022. And I was looking up, I was just, thinking about something to review, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of times most of the devices that come out nowadays, they just don't move me. They don't do nothing for me. They don't make me want to buy them at all. Honestly, they just don't. And I know that's weird, but they just don't move me. But this one actually caught my attention. First of all, the price is considerably, lowered since, was first released, because this was a $1,600 device when it first came out. $1,600. Now, in my opinion, it's not worth that. No, not at all. Okay, not at all. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of stuff that's that this phone has, but $1,600, no way, not even close. But currently, if you just happen to be interested in trying out a Sony phone for the first time, let me just give you the current prices. Now, these are all from Amazon.com, and these are all, you can get this device brand new. This is brand new. This is not renewed. This is spanking brand new. All right. First, $665 for 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. I'll say again, $665 for 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, brand new. Next, $659 for 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. So if you decide to get, because the first one I said was 12 gigs, 256, but you can actually get it for a few dollars less for $659 for the same RAM and the same internal storage. But the best one for me, $689 for 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of internal storage, brand new. So all three prices are for brand new devices. All right, brand new. So let's talk about what this device brings to the table. First of all, the design is not bad, but it's not nothing super special. You got your camera array on the back. I will say the build quality is excellent. The sides are flat. You have an aluminum frame. I mean, it feels really good. All right. So first of all, you're getting Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and the back. All right. Now, I know y'all probably wondering, why didn't he do an unboxing? Look, I only do unboxings when there's something to unbox. Okay. There's nothing in there. Nothing. Not even a cable. All right. Now, when I did get this, they gave me a wireless charging pad, which is cool, with the cable, but no brick, no charging brick. So, what good is a wireless charging pad does when I don't have a brick to charge, to give it power? So basically, if you do get this, just understand and know there's absolutely nothing in the box except the phone, and not even you don't even get the pin because you don't need it. You can actually open up this thing down here without, and it doesn't need a SIM ejection tool. So there's literally nothing in this box except the phone. All right, so you're getting Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and the back, which we know Gorilla Glass Victus is a pretty good coating over the front and the back of the device. You get your always on display, which is nice. I haven't really messed around with the always on display or not, so I don't know if it's customizable. I'll let you know that when I do my full review. This is just my first impressions. This is not a review. All right, so you get your always on display. You get a notification LED. Now, I don't know, it should blink. All right, so it's not blinking at the moment, but it does work. All right, so you do get a notification LED sensor. That's something that pretty much all flagship devices have removed. This is a sensor, LED notification sensor, something that has been removed from all flagship devices, which is unfortunate. Okay, it's no longer on there. The last one, the last phone that I got two phones that have an LED notification sensor. That is the ROG 5 and the Note 9. Everything else, no. So you got the notification LED, which is cool. You get a side mounted fingerprint sensor, which is not my favorite. I prefer in display. I notice some people don't like the in display. They rather an actual, fingerprint sensor they can, touch as opposed to the in display. But I'm just not a side mounted finger type of person, but it does work well. See, it's just a tap. You're getting 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of internal storage. That's what this has. Dual stereo front firing speakers with Dolby Atmos and Snapdragon sound. So you're getting sound from the front of the device at the top and at the bottom, not down here. See, there's no speaker grill. So front firing speakers, that's impressive. So far you're getting the LED notification sensor and you're getting dual stereo speakers, which is cool. Front firing though. You're getting something that's been removed. You're getting a headphone jack. Yes, a headphone jack with 24-bit high-res audio. That's a welcome sight right there. Also, you are getting expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. Think about that, y'all. So far, you're getting the LED notification sensor, you're getting a headphone jack, and you're getting expandable storage. So right there, it's a win. It's already a win for most of you. All right, but I'm not finished. So you get 30-watt wired charging, you're getting wireless charging, and you're getting reverse wireless charging, okay? Now, I did mention you're getting also 12 gigs of RAM, which I think I mentioned, all right? Now, I had to mention something else when it comes to the biometrics. There's no face unlock, which really doesn't make any sense to me for a flagship device, and especially for a device that costs as much as this thing cost when it first came out. $1,600 and no face unlock makes no sense at all. That makes no sense to me. All right, so 30-watt wired charging, wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. With the battery, you're getting a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Okay, so you're getting a big battery. You're getting IP68 water and dust resistance. So it's just keep getting better. It's definitely a win, y'all. Now, when we talk about the display, you're getting a 6.5-inch QHD OLED display with 120 hertz refresh rate. Listen to this pixel count. 643 pixels per square inch. That is I've listen, y'all. I've never heard anything like this. So basically, this is a 4K display. 4K. Is it necessary on a cell phone? No, a smartphone? No. But I will say this. This thing is beautiful. It's so sharp. Like this display is unbelievable. Like I love this display. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So 643 pixels per square inch and 120 hertz. All right. With the chipset, you're getting a Snapdragon Generation 1. So it is a flagship device with a flagship processor. Now, when it comes to the cameras, you're getting a 12 megapixel wide dual pixel optical image stabilization, 12 megapixel telephoto with dual pixel optical image stabilization with continuous optical zoom, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide dual pixel, and a 0.3 megapixel time of flight depth sensor. Right? So 12, 12, 12, and 0.3. So you're getting 4 cameras on the back of this device. Also, that's featuring Zeiss optics. All right. Now, with the rear cameras, they shoot video at 4K at 60, 1080p at 60, and 120 frames per second with electronic image stabilization and optical image stabilization. With the front-facing camera, you're getting a 12 megapixel wide that shoots video at 4K at 30 frames per second. So unfortunately, no 4K at 60, which I think is also ridiculous because also for the price. But the main reason why that's ridiculous to me is because this is considered a content creator's device. You know, it's considered some people that are heavily into photography, which I'm not. And I know y'all probably thinking, I'm surprised he got this because this is a phone that's all about really the cameras. But for me, I didn't get this because of the cameras. I already have great devices with great cameras. I just named a bunch of stuff to you, the reason why I got this device. Let me say it again, okay? First, the price was really good. Notification LED sensor, okay? Something you don't get on flagship devices today. 512 gigs of storage. That's a good place to start right there. Dual stereo front firing speakers. Okay. Everybody knows that most speakers, at the bottom are always the bottom of the phone, not in front. Now, that's not the biggest deal for everybody, but when you turn the phone like this and you're watching content, you never have to worry about covering up the speaker. You hold the phone just like this, and you're not blocking your speakers. You're going to hear them really good. All right. Next reason, that headphone jack, which is something that don't exist on flagship devices today. Expandable storage, which is something that don't exist on flagships today. And also a 4K display, which I don't know of any other manufacturer that's using a 4K display on their devices. Is it overkill? Probably, but I like it. I love how beautiful this display is because it's absolutely just amazing. And it's so colorful and so sharp. Okay. You're getting that flagship processor and you're getting all of these great cameras, which has pro modes and all kind of modes. Like, I'm a point and shoot type of guy. Like I said, I didn't get this because of the cameras. I'm point and shoot. I'm very, very simple when it comes to cameras. But for some of you out there that's heavily into photography, and you're the type of person you want to change everything and change this and change that, this is going to be that device if you want to do that. This is going to be that device. And remember, Sony makes most of the cameras for most manufacturers anyway. They just do. So you're probably going to get a great camera experience if you're the type of person that like to, change everything when it comes to the cameras. Me, I'm automatic, boom, point and shoot, I'm done. That's just me. I like it simple. I don't like going in there, touching all this stuff, and I don't understand it. Now, I'm not saying I can't learn it, but that's just not my thing. That's why I don't heavily get into cameras on my channel. There's plenty of channels out there that dive deep into the camera. They talk more about the cameras than they talk about anything else dealing with the device. It's just all about the camera. They spend 20, 30 minutes on the cameras alone. Now, for me, it's all the other stuff to me that's important. I'm not saying the camera's not important, but they're not the most important for me. It's about, for me, value, what I'm getting for my money. And I'm getting a lot of value for my money here. Okay, I'm getting that headphone jack. I'm getting IP68 water and dust resistance. I'm getting wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, dual stereo front facing speakers. Okay, I'm getting SD card support up to 1 terabyte. Okay, I mean, think about all the stuff I'm getting. I'm getting an LED notification sensor. I'm getting all these cameras on the back that has so many different modes and everything you could tweak. I'm getting great build quality with Gorilla Glass Victus. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a solid device so far. My first impressions, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, no doubt about it. Now, the thing that I know I have to get used to is the narrowness of this device. This device is really, really narrow. Now, it looks more narrow than my Vivo. Let me turn the screen on with my Vivo. It looks more narrow than my Vivo, honestly. And that's crazy. It may not be, but it looks like it to me. That it's just a little bit more narrow than the cover display of my Vivo X Fold 3. Okay, but the display is so beautiful, I can get past it, because I'm still getting a lot. Like, this phone don't have a headphone jack. This phone don't have no LED notification sensor. Okay, no expandable storage. Doesn't have any of those things. Don't have front-facing speakers. It doesn't have it. Doesn't have any wireless charging and no reverse wireless charging. No IP68 water and dust resistance. This phone has all of those things and more. This doesn't have 512 gigs of storage. This one does. This is 256. Now, they do have a 512 gig variant, but I'm saying, this one doesn't have 512, it has 256. So I'm already getting a lot on this device, things I'm not getting on this device. Now, which one I like better? Of course, I'm going with the Fold because I'm a Fold guy. But first impressions, I like this. You got a little bit of bezel at the top, a little at the bottom, just a little bit around the sides. But when you keep staring at how beautiful the display is, you'll forget all about the bezels. It's not going to be a big deal. But I'll be doing a full review on this device in a couple of weeks, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it. But I'm going to be honest, so far, I'm definitely impressed. I've only had it now for, I think, 3 or 4 days. But I am impressed. I love the way it feels on my hand. It's not slippery. Y'all know, anybody that follow my channel, my hands are always super dry. I always need a case. I'm still going to use a case on this phone too. But this is the phone that you don't have to use a case, even if you have dry hands. You have this matte finish on the back, and the sides are completely flat. Like, they're just flat. And that makes it easy to handle. Okay, easy to handle because it has a nice thickness to it, has nice weight to it. It's not super light and thin like this phone here. I got a case on it, but this is a really, really thin phone. Okay, now together it's thicker than the Sony, but I don't like these super thin phones that they're making today. Everything now got to be thin. Like, why don't y'all get back to the things that the people really want? Like a headphone jack and expandable storage. That's what we want. Those are the life type of features that we, life-changing features that we want back on our flagship devices. Headphone jacks and expandable storage. That's what the people want. We also want a charger in our boxes. We want a case in our boxes. We want a set of headphones in our boxes. You guys out there charging people over $1,000 and you keep taking things away It's ridiculous. That's why a lot of people out there are buying older devices because they get more value. This is a type of phone you're definitely going to get more value. You're getting a ton of stuff. A true flagship in every sense of the word, except no 4K at 60 on the front facing camera, no face unlock, and no IR blaster, which is not a big deal for most. But I just had to, say that. All right. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace. This is my first impressions of the Xperia 1 Mark IV.